One of the most common struggles many parents of kids with ADHD face when trying to provide healthier foods for their kids is picky eating. Yes. I'm thinking in particular about one mum who shared with me that her son only ate a total of 5 foods. She wanted to really help reduce his ADHD symptoms naturally, but she just didn't feel like it was possible because of how few foods he ate. I have to admit, when I heard just how picky he was, I was a little bit nervous and I really wondered to myself if I could really help their family. So I wanted to jump on here today to reassure anyone out there who has a picky eater, there is hope. Okay, we were able to work with his family, and I'm so happy to share that he now eats over 140 different foods. What many parents actually don't realize is that sometimes there is an underlying stressor that is exacerbating the picky eating. And that's what I want to share with you guys today. But before I do that, I just want to introduce myself. My name is Dana Kay. I'm a board certified holistic health and nutrition practitioner, and I work with families all across the USA, helping them naturally reduce their child's ADHD symptoms. We do that primarily through food. So I tell you what, I see a lot of picky eaters. Probably about 70% of the families I work with have picky eaters. So you're definitely not alone. Now, recently, I was thinking back to when I first started on this journey with my son, fighting his ADHD symptoms with food. We used to struggle so much, not just with his behavior and tantrums, but also with his eating. We literally used to battle at every single meal, and it was really stressful and really unpleasant, to be honest. There were many times that I felt like a failure as a mum. I just wanted to disappear most nights, but I didn't. I knew I couldn't, and I knew I had to do something different. So I began to dig a little bit deeper into all of the research that I could get my hands on, as I truly believed deep down that there was something more to this, something more to the picky eating in particular. And what I learned was truly incredible. Now, this won't be applicable for every picky eater, but it is super common for kids with sensory issues, anxiety, and ADHD. And I'm going to talk a little bit about zinc. Yes, zinc. Zinc is so important when it comes to things like brain development and auditory processing and language processing, sensory processing, regulating our immune functions, eye contact, muscle tone, and the list goes on. There was some research actually conducted at the University of Toronto that suggested that zinc has a crucial role in regulating how neurons in our brain communicate with one another, affecting how our memories are formed and how we learn. So, it makes sense that a deficiency in zinc can be very closely correlated with these disorders that affect the brain. What many parents might not know is that zinc deficiency is also closely related to picky eating. Now, zinc deficiency can actually cause a loss of taste buds and affect the way that our brain processes the taste of something. And once this has happened, many foods can actually taste terrible or even offensive as the zinc loss gets worse. And the way foods taste get worse, and then the aversions to the food obviously increase. And this can happen with any food, especially vegetables, things that have funny textures, smells, and colors. And what results is the child then starts to limit the food, and it becomes this vicious cycle. It might have started with zinc deficiency, but then it becomes a habit. And as we know, habits are very hard to break, and a lot of the time it can get worse. But don't worry, okay? There is hope. Zinc levels can be measured in the blood or in the hair. Some practitioners say it's safe to give 20 to 25 milligrams of zinc daily to a child without first doing a blood test, but you should always check with your doctor or practitioner before starting any supplementation. I personally prefer testing before adding in supplements and ensuring that we're only adding what the body needs. That's why I love that there is a quick home test. Parents can do themselves, and it's called the Zinc taste test. It's super easy. Parents provide their child with a teaspoonful of this Zinc, it's like a liquid, and the child will experience varying taste buds on the body's current needs of zinc. If it tastes immediately unpleasant, the child most likely has optimum zinc levels, which is great. If the child says it's tasteless or tastes like water, they are likely very deficient in zinc. Now, with supplementing, I also prefer to get nutritional needs from food first. Foods that are high in zinc include beef, spinach, pumpkin seeds, and shrimp. But if a child is severely deficient in zinc, I do suggest supplementation with the families that I work with. Now, there are different forms of zinc, but the ones I find to be the best absorbed by the body are zinc gluconates and zinc picolinate. So that's it for today. I hope this helps your picky eater. I hope this information has been helpful. And as always, please send me any questions. Bye for now.